Eadweard Muybridge, or originally known as Eadweard James Muybridge, is a world-renowned photographer, film pioneer of the first moving image of the 19th century. He was born in Kingston upon Thames on April the 9th, 1830, to two working-class parents. His father was a grain and coal merchant. He left Kingston upon Thames for London, where he worked as a sales agent for the London Printing and Publishing Company, and in and around 1852 went to California to open a bookshop and office for the company. California was, at the time that Muybridge arrived, a relatively new state in the midst of a gold rush, and Muybridge positioned himself to cater to the growing mercantile class. His building was next to the studio of R.H. Vance, one of the most important photographers documenting the gold rush, shared with William Shrew, a portrait photographer. While the specifics of his introduction to and training in photography are unknown, Muybridge soon began to sell others' photographs alongside books and engravings. Little is known about his activities in the 1860s, but what we do know, while his brothers worked in a bookstore in California, Muybridge developed his understanding of photography during his time back in London. Around 1866, he would later open his own photographic studio, which would become known as Helios Flying Studio. By 1868, Muybridge became renowned for his large photographs of the Yosemite Valley, California, that made him world famous. Around this time, Muybridge began an important professional relationship with the industrialist Leland Stanford, who was also a politician and a horseman, who owned and trained horses. Muybridge and Stanford had a bet whether or a horse's hooves left the ground at the same time when galloping. At Stanford's ranch in Paltalo, Muybridge took his first photographs of a horse in motion, attempting to increase exposure speeds to create an image of paused motion. He developed a new process for high-speed photography using 12 cameras pointed at a track marked with vertical lines. The horse triggered his electrically magnetically controlled shutters by breaking thin threads as they passed. Muybridge used high-speed stop-motion photography to capture the horse's motion. The first experiment was unsuccessful. However, the second attempt at filming Oxenden, Stanford's racehorse, was successful. During those years, he used multiple cameras to capture dazzling arrays of human and animal movements, ultimately publishing a resulting 781 images in his 1887 portfolio, Animal at Motion. The book would have a lasting influence on the fields of biomechanics and athletics. Before he retired to England in 1900, where he would occasionally lecture until his death in 1904, Muybridge vowed audience at the World's Columbian Exposition in Chicago in 1893. The exposition organizers built a special zoo plexiglass hall to house Muybridge's moving images. They charged viewers for entry, effectively creating the first commercial movie theatre.